What's up, guys? It's Mitchell, and in today's video, I'm going to read all of your mean, potentially hurtful comments that were written about me in some Facebook groups after my last video about deleting Tinder and starting Tinder over fresh, just like anyone would when they touch down in Vietnam. But before we jump into that, go ahead, check out my Instagram at MitchellMillennial. I have a bunch of behind the scenes and a bunch of stuff relating to just daily life in Vietnam. If you're looking to travel to Vietnam or Hanoi, go ahead and check out some of my other videos about travel, life here, and food. But that's not why you're here. Let's just jump into it. Last but not least, I would like to reestablish and reiterate that in my prior video, I never claimed to have slept with any Vietnamese women. I never claimed to have been very good with any women being Western or Vietnamese, and that all of the implied misogyny, sexism, or hookup culture was simply projected by the members of this group in question. If you doubt me, I would be more than happy to have a civil discussion with you in the comments down below. And if you would like to see the original video, I'll go ahead and have a card to it linked up somewhere over here. Also, one thing that I would like to kind of establish or mention is that if I was this misogynistic, sexist, prejudiced individual, why would I have so many women in my life taking screenshots of things said about me in this group and sending it to me? If I'm truly a terrible misogynistic person, then the wide variety of women, being Vietnamese or Western, should not be sending me these comments. First comment was by a woman by the name of Ruby. This horrible, nasty specimen of a man giving tips on how to use Tinder to pull young Vietnamese girls. If he's your mate, set him straight. Another misogynist trying to make money off being super degrading. Ugh. Next comment by a lovely young woman by the name of Camilla. Ugh, asshole. 20 years old, I'll let her touch it. Annetta writes, I know, right? I wish no one would ever touch his precious it ever again. Caroline writes, Senor Slimeball. I like the Spanish reference. I really could go for some chips, salsa, and guacamole right now. Cyan, the audacity of him. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Alexandria writes, his name is Mitchell Aaron Gross. His surname is rather fitting. I honestly haven't been made fun of for my last name since I left high school. Charlotte writes, grim as fuck. See how well his Tinder profile does now. Well, Charlotte, I did investigate your Facebook profile, and if you're trying to say that you wouldn't swipe me, it's no great loss to me. Someone else writes, of course he's American. Now, the next comment by Annetta really strikes to the heart of something that I am beginning to notice, which is Western women being extremely unhappy with the dating situation here. I have a video on this subject planned, and it will be coming up soon. So if you do find it interesting, or if you are a Western female that's looking to move here, if dating is that important to you, you might want to watch this video. But Annetta writes, honestly, I'm starting to notice that 90% of Western guys here are absolute trash, whether they date Vietnamese or other girls and women. Just based on the vocabulary and the grammar, Annetta, I hope you're not an English teacher. You'd think someone who travels or teaches children would have some decency or honesty, but holy shit, reality is hitting me really hard now. Keep your douche radars on full battery, ladies. And that got 62 likes. So apparently there's a lot of Western women here that are unhappy with either the dick they're getting or their options to date. Ha writes, and the moment they start flirting in Vietnamese, you know you'd better run. I wonder why though? Because they're popular here? How can they become a twat and do things which they wouldn't do back in their country? Annetta responds to Ha's comment, yeah, I've noticed they learn 5 ridiculous phrases and think they're the shit. Plus there's a sense of entitlement as in Vietnamese women here are part of the cultural experience, like food or museums. I feel for you, my Viet queens. The only Vietnamese phrase I know to flirt with women is em đẹp quá, which is you're beautiful. Or I can say you're fucking hot in Vietnamese, that's it. So I guess I have 3 more to go before I become a full-on douchebag. Juju, who I have spoken with in the past quite a bit on Tinder on multiple occasions, writes, because they get away with it. And that is something I would like to address. Unica writes, some guys think they are the shit when they go overseas, when in reality, they are just a horrible piece of shit. Twee writes, wouldn't it be funnier to give him a like, maybe match, go on a date, and dump him like the trash bag he is? Juju, who seemed like she actually watched the whole video, and Juju, if you're watching this, I appreciate your thoughtful comment. She says, he wants dates, so ... And that is correct. I do want dates. I do enjoy communicating and hanging out with well-spoken Vietnamese women. I have a lot to learn from them about food, culture. So yeah, I do want dates. I would also like to point out that in the video, I did say, unless they seem more mature or speak very good English, because even if I'm not looking for someone to sleep with, it's still really beneficial to have Vietnamese friends or to have someone that you can go grab dinner with that speaks Vietnamese, because at the end of the day, you know, I'll definitely take a local Vietnamese speaker any day, you know, even if it's something that doesn't turn sexual, just to have a person that I can, you know, call for advice or get help with navigating, you know, daily life here. And it's really, really important to have the attitude. So if you actually watched the whole video, you would understand that I'm advocating for Western men to use Tinder in a capacity that if they don't end up having sexual chemistry with the woman, to not dispose of her, because having local friends will significantly increase your quality of life. And if there's something that you can do in return to increase that woman's quality of life, then that would be a very symbiotic friendship. And I totally advocate that. I think that's great. Tosh writes, reading your comments is enough. Now this was actually blurred out by the friend of mine who sent these to me. So I'm sorry I don't have the first name, but this is probably one of my favorite responses. Ladies, I need to know if anyone is or knows someone in Hanoi with some camera vlogging experience. I want to bury this guy, but I need some help to do it. If you really think that posting a video about me online is going to hurt me or bury me, why do you think I'm making videos? First response, yes, me please. And then another woman writes, check out his other videos. 5 reasons why Vietnamese girls like white men. Another woman writes, don't worry, Amor. This guy thinks he's got a platform with 150 views. I'll make him famous, all right. Well, whoever shared this video, I really appreciate it. Another Vietnamese girl writes, can I season his racism and misogyny with a 50-50 Nuoc mom and beer mix? I need a massive water gun. Else I volunteer, whatever I can help. Liliana writes, I do, and it was not a positive experience. Well, Liliana, I'm not quite sure what the non-positive experience was. The fact that I spent 18 hours making a promotional video for you under the impression that you were going to promote it, which you then never did because there was 1 or 2 shots that I didn't include in the video, or because after I shot the video, you asked me for the raw footage, which we never agreed upon, or the fact that you took the video I made you, cut the credits of me shooting it out of the video, and then used it to promote yourself online. And it took me having to message and reach out to the administrators of this group due to the blatant plagiarism and copyright infringement that you did to go ahead and take credit away from me for doing you a favor. And to this day, that video is still up on my channel and you still haven't promoted it. So I delivered on my end of the bargain, you didn't. I have plenty of messages between us to confirm this. Another woman writes, I think this would be worth downloading it though. I worry you might come across as too Western for him. He's probably the type who wants the demure kind of girl. Another girl writes, I can be the Vietnamese bait if you guys need me, wink. Keisha writes, fun fact, I'm the girl with whose friend he used to sleep with, but it wasn't an issue for him. We did match once. I told him he used to sleep with my friend and he still wanted to see me. I unmatched him anyway and reported this video. Don't recall any permission to use my image in anyone's video. Well, Keisha, I wasn't aware of who you were until you matched me, but you were certainly aware of who I was when you swiped on me. Twee writes, badly, guess this guy doesn't have a dick. Does anyone know how to bury this fucking crazy guy? Ella writes, what if I just screenshot his profile and then edit the picture to say twat and then make it the cover of the group? I would truly be honored, Ella, if you would do that. Juju writes, just that men here treat women like disposable chopsticks. Good for one use, then throw away like trash. And there goes my video light. Mia, who was actually the girl I took with me to Thailand for my last visa run and to do a video with, writes, the video has been deleted. And I'll leave a link to Mia's channel so you guys can go ahead and comment on her stuff. Twee writes, I attacked him. No, Twee, you spammed my Facebook fan page. Thanks for the extra traffic though. Polly writes, oh my word, well done. Flory writes, I just spent 2 weekends with him in summer camp training and can confirm he is a total bellend, the epitome of a chauvinistic, rude, arrogant, and self-absorbed, pathetic waste of human space. I'm just thinking these girls on Tinder clearly made without thinking that they'd be into a cute little video showing all their photos rating their hotness. Twat. Well, Flory, if you want to go ahead and share personal details, we could share about how you approached me at Quest Festival or the fun that we had behind the main stage. I don't know if you have a personal vendetta with me, but I have all the messages that we exchanged on WhatsApp, and I would be happy to make them public if you would like to go back and forth. Kelly writes, so in the end, he deletes it, but he will continue to make videos on YouTube and he will still grow because there is now so much talk about him. It is really shitty that this guy gets to make money making videos like this. Kelly, I hope you come back with more intelligent comments like this, like you commented on that video, and we can communicate more. Jin writes, oh, this guy, another douchebag who thinks he's God's gift. Jin, if I'm alienating myself from women like you, it's at no loss to me. Kelly responds, basically he's trying to give advice to other potential expats coming to Hanoi about how to pull Vietnamese women on Tinder. He does this by swiping on his own Tinder account, revealing many women's identities and talking about women he doesn't like in a degrading manner. Could you give me timestamps to how I spoke about them poorly? Anemi writes, I tend to agree. In my honest opinion, don't beat him down with his own weapons. Be better than that. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Cyberbullying is wrong, always. I agree, Anemi. I don't support cyberbullying. And that is the end of the comments. I have some more other ones that other women have sent me, but in reality, you get the idea. At the end of the day, if I used your Tinder profile in my video and you're not happy with that, please send me a message on Instagram with the timestamp of when I did use your image, and I will happily blur it. And that's that. Till next time, it's been Mitchell coming to you from Hanoi. Keep swiping.